I just finished farming 20 Sunder Charms. Today we're going to renew those Sunder Charms and figure out how they roll. But first, I got to figure out how they can roll. I think I'm going to get out my Diablo II strategy guide. I think I left it in my battle chest. Let's get that battle chest out. Okay, open up the battle chest. Let's see what's in there. Welcome to my unboxing video, by the way. Today we're unboxing the Diablo II Battle Chest. Okay, great. There's my strategy guide, my CDs. I don't have a CD drive anymore. Blizzard product catalog. I wonder what other products they got out there. World of Warcraft. Throw that junk away. Okay, let's look at this strategy guide. I'll look up Sunder Charms. Let's go to the table of contents. Let's see. Okay, we've got some lists here, item lists. Let's look at those. Oh yeah, here we go. Right here. Charms, page 198. 198, okay. Now that's where we're going to find the Sunder Charms. Okay, small charms. No. Medium charms. What's a medium charm? Oh, I guess I mean large charm. Large charm. I guess I mean grand charms? Wait, that's it. Wait. That's it? That's all? That's all the large charms they're showing here? Where's the Sunder Charms? All right. Okay. I guess the Diablo II strategy guide is not going to be very useful here. I'll just have to go look on the internet. Welcome to the War Club. This is Nathan. I hope you had fun with that little skit. I just finished farming 20 Sunder Charms, like I said. Gonna ID them, got all the materials together. Luckily, I had a lot of mid-runes. Renewed Sunder Charms get their modifiers from 5 different modifier pools. For each of these Sunder Charms that I renew here, I am going to look at a different pool. For the first one, the Fire Sunder Charm, every Sunder Charm gets a boost to its element. So for fire, that is either plus fire skill damage, as it is here, plus 9, which goes up to a maximum of 15, or negative fire resist, which goes from 5 to 10. For the next Sunder Charm, we're going to look at the next modifier pool, and that is a loot modifier pool, so it can either roll with Magic Find or extra gold. This charm rolled with Magic Find, 22%. That can go up to 25%. The bottom end, I believe, is oddly 14%. Extra gold can roll from 20 to 55%. Okay, we're doing the next poison charm here. Only got 2 poison charms, that's okay. So the next pool that we'll talk about is the survival statistics pool, or in other words, the charm can roll plus life or plus mana. The bottom end on both of those is 10, but the top end on life is 65, and the top end on mana is 75. Okay, doing our first Black Cleft. The materials are a little bit different for this one. You can see it takes the top 3 Worldstone shards to renew this one. And we're going to talk about our next modifier pool, which is a quality of life modifier pool. That is faster run walk, faster hit recovery, or plus all res. This one rolled with hit recovery. It rolled the minimum hit recovery, which is 12%. I can roll all the way up to 24%. Faster run walk gets a 5 to 10% bonus, and the all res can roll from 3 to 8. Okay, doing the bone break, we're going to talk about the last pool, which is damage reduction. It can be physical or magical. This one was physical. Both can roll from 5 to 10. Magic or damage reduction. 5 is the minimum. Okay, that's a bummer. Well, let's move on to our first cold Sunder Charm. So we've seen a few of these roll. What makes a good Sunder Charm? What makes a bad Sunder Charm? Ideally, you would like to get that negative resistance on your renewed Sunder Charm. It tends to be a little bit more effective than the plus damage. For the quality of life stat, all of them are good. Faster run walk, faster hit recovery, and all res, but most people probably prefer the all res, even though at plus 8, it's a little bit low. I think that's probably the best choice. For the mana or life, neither are too important, but probably life's a little bit better. Finally rolled a minus cold resistance here, but it wasn't very good, -6. Okay, moving on to the lightning. What are the other pools. They are magic, the loot pool, magic find or gold. You probably want the magic find. And for damage reduction, either are probably good. So what makes a GG Sunder Charm? GG Sunder Charm is going to be the one that reduces the damage, reduces the resistance of the damage that you do by the negative 10%. The rest is all gravy. You would prefer the magic find and some of the other modifiers rolling with high stats. Other than that, the other rolls are going to depend quite a bit on what class and what build you're using, whether or not you would prefer that faster hit recovery as a caster and the magical damage or the physical damage reduction. Let's get that second black cleft, and neither of them rolled negative magic skill resistance. They both rolled plus skill damage and kind of low, 10% on this one and 11% on the one we did earlier. Okay, that was it for the Sunder Charms that Andariel dropped. Again, I'm just going to comment when we see some really good rolls here. That one rolled maximum to lightning skill damage. If you're doing an energy shield, you want a high mana roll. This one got 70. That's pretty good. Rolled a little bit low on the magic find, but at least it got some there. So that was a pretty darn good Sunder Charm. Andariel and Heralds drop Sunder Charms differently. This is one of the factors I wanted to talk about. Andariel drops each flavor of Sunder Charm equally. There is an equal chance that you will get all 7 flavors of a unique Grand Charm. That includes the Geed's Grand Charm. I will show you the Geed's Grand Charm that I got from Andariel. Oh, wow. Yeah, there's a good Sunder Charm right there. Wish I had the magic find, but negative 10 to enemy lightning resist, plus 8 to all attributes. Again, probably would have taken the mana over the life there, but I'll take that one any day. Going back to that discussion, hey, 25 magic find. That's good. Going back to that discussion, Andariel drops all the charms equally, but but the Heralds do not. The Heralds have a bias towards the fire and cold flavor, then lightning, then poison, then bone break, then black cleft. So you can kind of use this to your advantage if you prefer to get a fire, cold, lightning, poison over some of the others. Looking at my stash, you can see I got mostly cold, lightning, fire Sunder Charms, 8 of them, and 2 bone breaks. Didn't happen to get any of the poison Sunder Charms. And no black cleft Sunder Charms. Those are extremely rare from Heralds. I imagine they did that because magic damage classes and builds are probably the most effective at farming those Heralds. I haven't talked about it, but when you renew a Sunder Charm, the penalty becomes its minimum. However, at the same time, you do not have to renew a Sunder Charm. You can stick the Latent Sunder Charm in your inventory and still get the Sunder effect. Now, this may be useful for certain builds. Consider maybe a Blood Boil build from the Warlock who does half physical and half fire damage. You can have both Latent Sunder Charms in your inventory at the same time. You can have a Latent Bone Break and a Latent Flame Rupture Sunder Charm in your inventory at the same time, breaking both immunities if a monster rolls with both physical and fire immune. Once you renew your Sunder Charm, you can only hold 1 renewed Sunder Charm in your inventory. But you could have the Latent Sunder Charm in your inventory with the renewed one. So this brings up a little bit of decision making that you might have to do if you're running a build that does multiple damage types, either a hybrid build or a damage like Blood Boil that does both damages at the same time, split 50-50. So the Latent Sunder Charm can roll the penalty in a range. So a Latent Sunder Charms that has close to its minimum penalty already might be kind of valuable if it is maybe a secondary hybrid damage, or like the Warlock Blood Boil ability that does different types of damage with the same single skill. So I went ahead and renewed all mine. That's not a consideration for me. And if it is in the future, I'll just go get more Sunder Charms. Last factor I wanted to talk about and haven't mentioned at all was the fact that I got 2 levels while farming Heralds. I got none while farming Andariel. So Heralds provide a little bit of a benefit there if you're looking to get a few extra levels of experience, get some more skill points and a tiny bit of stats. If you're doing a high player count while you're doing Heralds, you could get a lot of experience if that's something that's important to you. That's it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. Getting a lot of positive responses on my videos. Really appreciate it. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Gonna keep making videos, gonna keep doing fun stuff. Getting into some of the depth of this. Gonna look at, looks like I got 2 really good Lightning Sunder Charms. One with the max negative lightning resist and one with the max lightning skill damage. So I may bring out the Nova Sorceress and kind of compare and maybe show why you would want the negative lightning resist over the plus skill damage. Anyway, hit the like, hit the subscribe. This is Nathan. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.